Today we have three wonderful guests from Fredericka Manor, a senior community here in San Diego. Our first guest is Kim Prendergast, who's the Director of Sales and Marketing at Fredericka Manor. And then we have two wonderful residents from Fredericka Manor, Gary Prickett and Mary Clements. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for driving up today. You're very pleased to announce that you won an award for the National Association of Home Builders awarded Fredericka Manor Gold for the best 65-plus indoor common or amenity space for the reimagined lounge and dining areas. That is fantastic. Congratulations. And I just got to enjoy lunch there. It was beautiful. So tell us, Kim, about some of the design elements at Fredericka Manor that went into this award-winning space.
Well, I think the most imaginative part of it was that it melted this outdoor space into the indoor. And that is that it took the natural color and beauty of Fredericka Manor that has a lot of trees, unique trees. It has a beautiful pond. It has birds and ducks and fish that are right outside of that dining room area. And they brought those elements in with the color scheme, with the beautiful way that they kind of landscaped the inside, like they landscaped the outside. And when you walk into that room, you get a sense of freshness and relaxation, and you feel like you're home.
It's really beautiful, and you can get tours at any time if you like to come down and visit Fredericka Manor.
Absolutely. I mean, our whole goal is for people to come and see what Fredericka Manor is. I think that we're the jewel in the crown in South Bay that people don't know about. And once they do come to our community, they realize that they get the beauty of our community in the convenience of being close to the freeway and just a few miles from the beach.
And it really is much like a park setting. So Mary, ladies first, what made you decide in your decision-making process to choose Fredericka Manor?
Well, when I started looking for a retirement community, I had no experience at all. I soon learned about what senior communities are like and what variety there are. And so I looked at about 10 places. I wanted to stay in San Diego. And Fredericka happened to be the last place I looked at. And I thought I had decided on a couple of other places until I saw Fredericka. And what really sold me, well, first of all, it had everything I wanted. It had all levels of care. It was in a community where you can walk off the campus and you're right down in the charming little village of Chula Vista. And it had people. I was looking for daily people in my life. I didn't want to live in a house by myself. My husband had died. So it had all those things I was looking for, but then it had something I had never expected, which was the cottages. And that really sold me when I found that I could have all levels of care and everything I wanted, and a cottage on top of that.
Boy.
That was really the selling point.
So the follow-up question to that is, one of the things that stops people from doing this great advancement for their health and for their life is the moving process. Tell us a little bit about your moving process.
Well, I was amazingly graced in my moving because I knew nothing about it. I didn't know how I was ever going to get out of my house. My husband had lived there since '56, and he was a hoarder, never, ever gave anything away. And I thought, I don't know how I'll ever get out of this house. But what happened was my real estate agent said, if you choose me, I'll throw in the move manager.
You were blessed by a great team surrounding you to make this move.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Well, I had been living by myself for about 3.5 years. My wife was really the director of recreation for our family, and when she was gone, I was no longer getting out with new people. And so I was certainly looking for that, which I have found at Fredericka Manor.
Fantastic.
That's awesome.
Kim, what other changes are taking place at Fredericka Manor?
Well, I think that one of the things that we've improved upon and also on a constant basis are adding to is the fitness center that we have in our community. And part of that is because we have a fabulous fitness director too. Stacy Buffington has made sure to keep up with all the requests that our residents are wanting. And just in the 2 years that I've been there as the sales director, she's probably doubled the amount of classes that she has.
Wow.
Whether they're a dance class, a lot of balance, a lot of strength training. We have a wonderful cycle program that is connected with many other communities throughout the nation. And our cycle team, which is probably about 20 people that are very active at Fredericka Manor, have won quite a few awards in their age group.
So is that some special summer events you have coming up that you can tell us about?
Well, we have events all the time, but one of them is moving to Fredericka Manor is a piece of cake, and we're going to talk exactly about what Mary was saying and how it's not a daunting task. It could seem like it, but it doesn't have to be. We have professional move managers, we have professionals in the estate business and real estate agents that are going to come and talk about that process. But I always like to say that moving to Fredericka Manor is kind of like finding the fountain of youth, because we do have people that move to Fredericka Manor and they find vitality again in their lives because it's easy to make friends. Activities are right out their door. They don't have to try hard to get out there and socialize and have a personal connection with other people.
Gary, so
Yes.
what are some of the activities that you are involved with, both inside and outside of Fredericka?
I've never been part of group exercise programs, but that's here, and that's part of the socialization. It's a lot of fun, and Stacy Buffington does a marvelous job of that. The other things that I'm involved in, at least on the outside, are motorcycle riding and traveling. And part of my reason for moving to Fredericka was because I could have inside parking for my garage. That's a big deal in my life, and I hope it will be for some period of time. As far as how that ties in with Fredericka, coincidentally this Friday I'm having a presentation called a Staycation, where I'm going to be speaking for, I guess it's about an hour, on my many trips around the world on a motorcycle and some of the adventures that I've had.
And Mary, when you made your choice, it was something that you thought a while about. But if someone came to you and said, okay, Mary, I've been thinking about this, what should I consider, and how could what you did help me take the plunge?
Well, I think the thing that made me move, the bottom line, was that I couldn't imagine myself just living in the house all by myself. Yes, I'd see my relatives on my birthday or Christmas or Thanksgiving, but I wouldn't have daily people in my life. I did have a job for a while. The first year I lived at Fredericka. I worked at SeaWorld in the education department, but once I decided to retire from that, I really thought, I don't think I want to be here by myself. I want people. So that was really the thing I would say to the person, do you have people in your life? And I don't think people should think about retirement as sitting in a rocking chair on the porch and saying hello to the neighbors, but I really think they should be active and creative.
And do all the things you didn't have time to do before,
exactly,
right?
Exactly,
Well, we thank the three of you for joining us today, and the three of you really empower other adults to live, work, and play to their highest quality of life, and we really applaud your efforts to help others achieve those goals.